Hello and welcome everybody back to the League of Ungentlemanly Warfare with an Anno 1404 Venice tutorial. In this case, still the construction guide. So, do you want to build an Oriental city as large as this? Maybe even larger? Then, well, listen up. Today everything is being about housing. And, yeah, as you can see, this island is already pretty much taken, so we are going to use this one. Yeah, here we have a lot of space available. And yeah, here we will use my small but still working housing layout that I actually developed myself. Yeah, also I don't want you to talk whenever I open a menu. Please be quiet, my friend. So, as you might have noticed in the past, maybe from the Let's Play series or somehow else, I'm a really huge fan of modular layouts, because usually I actually play with very small islands, and therefore really huge layouts with huge streets and so on actually don't work. So basically you can start with my layout everywhere on the island as long as there's enough space in every direction. Now let's start it here. Let's build our bazaar here first. So, and as I said, the layout is super simple. Now we have built here the bazaar. Then we go here. 2 houses on each side. And that is then our first main road. We go down here. And then we place here the next few houses. And here again. And here we leave some space. There we will place later the mosque, the first public building that the people need. So, and then we build here a small block.
This harbor may seem defenseless to you, but I have the full
consisting of 12 buildings. And as you can see, we now have here a nice square. And that is actually a good start. And now we are going to expand the square by several blocks. Yeah, consider this like a small ghetto or something like that. So we place 6 houses at each side. And then a second row of houses right next to it. So in the end we have 4 additional blocks of 12 houses each. And of course
nothing can stop your settlement from growing.
And of course we will connect everything with a road.
You are running an extremely progressive settlement.
Just screw you, I still don't want to talk to you. Just learn it, Isa here. You're an old creep. You're not my type, you're too old.
And everyone got what they wanted.
I don't think we need that market house here anymore. So, and in order to get the maximum out of the influence area of our bazaar, we will of course fill in a few gaps with houses. And then the end result looks like this. We were able to get a lot of houses here.
You've got a good deal there.
So, now of course if you want to go for the safety road, yeah, like for example placing a base of operations somewhere, just in case the enemy wants to spy on you or sending out saboteurs, then simply kill here this building that is already right next to it. And build here the base of operations, basically like in the Occidental layout.
Salam alaikum.
Once you got enough people and have started producing mosaics and have carpets and everything else, though of course here on the city I'm not doing it yet, we can simply build the mosque here. I personally prefer to have a plaza away from the bazaar, but of course you can also do it in the other direction. But let's go with this one. As you can see, aside from these 4 buildings, everyone is covered here and would now be ready to upgrade to envoys. And once you have everything covered with envoys, you can also place a bathing house. This house is actually unlocked very, very late. Yeah, like when you have 3,000 envoys or something like that. You can simply place it here. As you can see, it covers again the entire area. Of course, here you now have a small little space. But for that, you can actually use decorations. I personally prefer to get here 2 palms and a bit of an oriental plaza. And then it looks nice. So, but what was all that talk about the system being modular? The thing is, we could now simply plant another one of these cities down here. Or here to the right. But then we would have here ugly gaps in between. So how are we going to proceed here? That is actually also fairly easy. We simply place here another bazaar. Connected here via road. And we place here a few houses also around. And then we have a good middle piece between the different districts. So let's draw here something around. And then we can see that this here was actually the starting block of a new district already. So these houses would basically be these here. So if we make this road here a bit longer, as well as that one, we can simply continue here with that block. Place here the 2 buildings that we have. Here we can build a mosque again. And as I can see, a bazaar does not fit in here. Well then, at least we were able to continue this layout. So, okay, that is now just because I wanted to demonstrate it so much.
A good deal is always a welcome change.
Always bad luck. So, but here we can still go with the next block, and yeah, let's just expand it to this direction here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Is an exceptional honor for me.
Here we
The
have.
Sultan may be young and full of
I
energy,
don't want to talk to
but
you.
still
What don't you
values an
understand?
old man's advice.
I want to mute you. Why is there no mute button?
Profitable. In more ways than one.
I mean, I of course like to be informed when someone trades with me, but that is really pissing me off in long term. So, and then we have here 2 houses. Built here the bazaar. 2 more houses. As well as here. And here again. Here a mosque. So, of course, we will again connect everything via road. I
Your
just made a
people are
mistake.
longing for company.
I just made a mistake. Really sorry. As I said in the last video, I'm still a bit ill. I forgot here a
Grand
block.
Vizier is an exceptional honor for me. The Sultan may be young and full of energy, but he still values an old man's advice.
So, alright. That is how we do it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah, now we have it. And the mosque is being placed here. Here we can, of course, continue the 12 houses block. As well as here. Here we can place another block. As well as down here. So, as you can see, I actually have a lot of blocks consisting of 12 houses.
Salam alaikum.
In my opinion, it is a
This
very
is
suitable
honor, as
size that works for nearly everything. Yeah, it's still small enough that the public buildings can be reached, that emergency stuff like, for example, from the base of operations or a fire watch, if you actually place one. And here I just misclicked. So, here we will also build a road around that block.
Now there are no building projects that you can't achieve.
And now that we are again filling in the gaps. What I really like about that layout is that it has a clear city center. So it does not look forced. I know many layouts that actually want you to build a central street with all public buildings and the houses around it. I will demonstrate it in a second. Yeah, I think that works. Yay, autosave. Woohoo.
Game saved.
So yeah, if you press F1 to get in the postcard view, you can see you have here city center with the public buildings. Down here is the bathing house. Here you have a mosque. Everything is centered around it. And you can basically expand that layout indefinitely. Because it is modular. We are placing one district next to another with only one bazaar being the connection. Just to make sure that this is not also completely empty, because, well, if you have only these two bazaars, then this place would be empty. It would also be outside of our building range, therefore we couldn't even place decoration there. So bazaar suits that quite well. So now about the other layouts that I always see. They definitely work. They are probably even more efficient than mine. I simply think they look plain ugly. For that, you place here bazaar, have roads going into the main directions, and one side road just to make sure that everything else is connected with each other. And then you can, at least in theory, just place here a mosque and a bathing house. Yeah, just put it sideways, and then you can build here the houses in very long rows. Yeah, fill even in here the gaps and have it that way. But you will always have here a main road, and in my opinion that looks a bit ugly. You have a public building road. That is just not my type of style, and therefore I prefer this one because it looks more centralized. It simply looks more natural. Also, a question that might occur now is, well, what if I unlock the monument, the Sultan's Mosque? It is rather big. How can I fit something as big as the Sultan's Mosque in this layout? The question is quite, the answer is once again quite simple. It fits rather nicely in here. So here you have the fundament of the Sultan's Mosque, and you can actually simply place it here in one of the side blocks. I would personally prefer to go it here. As you can see, if you are not leaving a double road between the districts, you can't really place it in an even manner. But yeah, here would now be the solution to delete these 15 houses. And then you have room for the Sultan's Mosque to be placed. And for getting resources...
Demonstrate your open-mindedness.
Nope, not yet.
The workers are awaiting your instructions.
And then you simply place here a market building right next to it, so that the workers from here can collect the materials that they need for the construction. And that way you can integrate the Sultan's Mosque quite well into your city layout. Yeah, you could even place it square if you wish. Then you have here, for example, more space available for decorations and stuff. But I think this here is a rather simple and efficient version. And yeah, here in this city you can see how it looks like when you are using this layout to an extent. You can see here the districts again. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Here was not enough space, but here 4. And here is a 5th one. And then you have here a few bazaars in between just to fill in the gaps. And that results now in a really big city. It actually looks quite beautiful and has a quite natural look on it. And yeah, that basically was it. A simple modular housing layout that even fits on small islands. And I think in the next video we will cover the nobleman of the Occident. First their production, and then in another video the housing of the Occident. So, I hope you liked this video. If yes, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any feedback or questions, then just use the comment section. Yeah, just type your question in. And if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel but want to be informed whenever I upload something new, then just hit the subscribe button. That is of course always helpful for me, and yeah, you always get informed whenever something new pops up. Woohoo! Win-win situation for everyone. And with that, and this nice panorama view over here, I say goodbye and see you next time in Anno 1404.